When a relationship dies, a common response from men is that they have to find themselves. But what does that really mean? Is finding yourself the best that you can do? Can't that just lead to the same mistakes and limit your potential in life? Finding yourself isn't good enough anymore. What you need, it's reinvention. During the last few months in the relationship, to keep our spouse, we become consumed and obsess over the relationship. We prioritize the wife above other obligations. When you're hurt and they want to leave, you have no more bargaining power. There you stop, except one, to walk away. That is your last act of power. Once that's done and you stop looking back and start your recovery, you'll see how great it feels to find your voice and balls. When you get them back, they're more precious than you remember. You're going to look back at these times and see it as the time that defines you. A few years from now, you'll ask yourself if they were your lost years or your years of growth. A decision that's yours, but you just have to be motivated. The perfect time for reinvention is when you break up. No one's going to think that you're trying. They'll just think that you're feeling better. It's courageous. You want to grow? I mean, really grow to a badass? Don't give up on yourself. Put yourself out there and get out of your comfort zone. I know it's easier said than done, and I'll get back to that. But inner growth is a process and it takes time, and you can't just do it and not do nothing in the meantime. Your self-esteem right now, it's broken and you want to sleep and turn your back to the world. But if you think that those around you that love you aren't worried, you're either lying to yourself or still being selfish. So start there with your self-esteem. It's okay to look for compliments. It's not vain. It's social intelligence and it's surviving. Don't let other people manipulate or shame you because we all need validation. Here's a story. Towards the end of the relationship with my ex-wife, she told me she was leaving me and I was broken. I had nothing in me. So I said out loud, I need to go to Nicaragua and visit my family. She said, yeah, you want to go because all the girls look at you and you just want to feel good about yourself. Of course I did. You beat me up so bad that I need to start feeling good about myself. I'm not going to apologize for that. Self-esteem is this individual's subjective evaluation of their own worth. A low self-esteem is like driving through life with the handbrake on. You have no motivation to move forward, and what's the use? Others will talk negative about those with low self-esteem and call it weakness or low in character. It's hypocrisy, as we all been there. And if you're going through a separation that you didn't choose, it comes with the territory. Hence, working on your self-esteem needs to be a priority. And don't allow anyone to believe that it's weakness or shallow. It's survival. It's Darwinian. Start by taking care of yourself. Work on your exterior. It's easy and a quick way of starting your journey as a higher value male. Get a makeover. They do not have to be extreme, but trim the beard, cut the hair, try new hair products. Stop wearing your wedding ring and start wearing jewelry like a watch and a necklace. It's all baby steps. It's not vanity to want to look better, and it's masochistic if you think otherwise. Go to your closet and try on some old clothes that you forgot that you had. And if they don't fit, then take them to a tailor. If you don't care about how you look, you're announcing to the world that you're not worth it. So learn to dress yourself. And if you don't know how to, ask someone that you trust to help you out. I asked my brother because I had completely forgotten how to do it. A real boost to my ego came when a girl went up and tried to hit on him while I was with him. I mean, I just oozed bad energy. At the end of this video, I'll give you some recommendations on 2 channels that help me. So make sure you stay till the end. Keep your mind busy. I did a video about the natural history of a divorced male where I point out that as guys, we are lagging seriously in the house chore department. Whether you moved or she did, don't let the chores get ahead of you. Make sure that your house is clean. It decreases the depression and it keeps your mind busy as you're cleaning up. I insisted my ex take the bed. She could have it. I wanted a clean bed to bring a girl into, not a used piece of crap where we swap bodily fluids in. she could have it. And knowing that she's having sex with other guys on the same mattress we created, it's foreign and almost humorous to me. Keep things white, like the bed sheets, and that way it keeps you honest by making you change them regularly. And get rid of that bad mojo by brightening the house and learning about the core, no matter how little the details are. Paint the house, add mirrors to make the house look larger and brighter. All these little details are important because a clean environment helps you stay motivated. Today defines the person that you're going to become, and it's gonna take every ounce of energy, but you gotta start a workout routine, especially cardio, like high intensity interval training. HIIT, as it's otherwise called, has been shown to increase connections of brain cells and release the good hormones for better mood and focus. But stop lying to yourself. Don't say you're too busy. You're single now. I know the drill, and I'm calling bullshit because I know you have more time. Many of us guys, we like hitting weights, but the mental benefits of weightlifting when compared to cardio just blows it away. Now when reading, read for the application of the subject, not just to recite the book. A lot of men, we turn to books about the red pill and talk about women as hypergamous, and we discuss Pitfalls law. But we only stay more angry, and in my experience with divorced men, anger is the last of the faces to go. So try to find humor in your divorce. I found humor in that. How in the hell could she have cheated on me for 2 years? I mean, that's just something to laugh at. The best growth I've done hasn't been through books or research for videos. It's been through applying what I've learned. The most important thing has been my communication style. When you communicate well, you can pretty much say and get away with saying anything without concern of insulting the other person. Yeah, even if she were to ask if she looks fat in that. But this is practiced. Practice with your family, friends, strangers, and the best place to practice your communication skills are while dating or going up to a bebecita and letting her know that she's nice in the eyes. Try experiencing different social circles. You just got kicked in the balls in life. I'm gonna put myself out there, and I want you to see what I used to text women when they would ask me the simple question about my last relationship. I don't even have to read it to you. Just look at how lengthy it was. It was apologetic, insecure, and frankly, it was creepy. I could have just done it in one sentence. That was insecurity talking there. But in time, you get better at it and you learn your natural communication style. And that's enormous growth. So especially if you don't feel like you're very good at dating, and none of us do at first. I mean, you just saw what I used to text. That's how we grow. We become more self-aware. We learn the art of persuasion. We're better listeners. We evaluate body language better. Eye contact, there's just so much to it. Learn simple techniques like how to command a conversation by just changing the frame. Someone says something that you don't like, don't make a snap response. Just change the frame by saying something humorous. There are so many ways to command the conversation. Well, on the topic of dating, times have changed. The average female out there, she's no different than men, and they are spinning plates. They're talking to on average of 3 guys as they rule us out. So do not assume that Cindy, the kindergarten teacher who's been single for 8 months, is not out there sexting Mike, the first guy she slept with after her separation, to come over and take care of her, even though she's going out with an average of 2 guys a week for the past 6 months. It just happens. Unless Cindy tells you unsolicited, make the assumption that you're the second guy that she's dated this week. But you're different. You're different because you're reinventing yourself, honing in on your social skills, and by watching The Renaissance Man, you know that to increase intimacy and ease connection, you sit adjacent to your date. You know the importance of subtle details of her preparedness for tonight, as you recognize she just got her nails done, and you ask her how long she's been doing a French manicure while you caress her dominant, thereby less clumsy hand and touch her fingers. As the date goes further, you know better than to try to kiss her by the busy parking lot because it's just not romantic. So you pick a spot. While holding her hand, you stop, turn around, and look at her in the eyes. You put your hand behind her neck and you go in for the kiss. And then You ask what she's doing, not next weekend, but 2 days from now, because you want her to see one of your favorite spots in your area. Now, you got the second date covered, and because it's close to your place and you had the peace of mind to keep it clean and tidy, you invite her over, unconcerned about how clean your home is. Key here aren't the notches that you have under your belt, but learning what works for you, what you can get away with. I see it all the time. A guy starts confusing the number of women they slept with as validation, and it misses the point of what growth really is. Before going into the final topics like the channels and books that help, if you like any of these recommendations, I ask that you like this video. If watching from Facebook, like at least 70% of you are, please press the 3 horizontal buttons, press open on YouTube, and this video should continue. Now, you can press like so that YouTube's algorithm recommends it to other gents just like you. And it's unfortunate, but it's said that social media knows that if you're heading towards a divorce, they know before you do. So press like in order for this video to be recommended to others just like you. I also work with divorcing men on getting their confidence back, and if you need to, join our Renaissance Man Facebook group. It's the link, it's on the comment section, and DM me to talk, because nobody should go through this alone. It's free and confidential. And last, subscribe so you're notified when I upload a new video. While going through your inner growth, do not look at it from the number of notches. Growth is applied knowledge, it's masculinity, it's self-sufficiency, and it's unrivaled confidence to the point of hubris. It's the guy that looks at himself in the mirror and says, I like what I've become. You have something to offer that other guys don't. Charm, sex appeal, well put together and in control, to the point that your ex and her friends are going to think, damn, you let him go? But it'll be too late, because today she would have gotten past the second date with you. Trust me, it happens. While going through your metamorphosis, write down or video yourself where you want to be at in 3 years. Put down the ideal person, how you will look, dress, date, parent, act, and keep her out of the picture. This is your turn now. It's your life. Stay away from the pitfall of doing it for her. This is for you. You may not know it now, but growth, it is imminent. So, while I was in the I'm feeling for myself phase, I did a lot of self-reflecting and reading. The top books that I would recommend are You're a Badass, The Obstacle is the Way, and No More Mr. Nice Guy. Just make sure that you're finding a way of applying the information that you learn. I said this before, that we sometimes find inspiration from the smallest of things, and there are 2 guys on YouTube that help shape the way I wanted to see myself in a post-married world, and who knows, they might help you. Real Men, Real Style by Antonio Centeno. This guy was military and a tailor, and I like him because he's the everyday guy and he talks to the common man. He's not some former model telling us to wear skinny ass jeans that make us look stupid, clumsy, and as though we're trying to be someone else. Then there's Alpha M by Aaron Marino. He tackles men's issues, and I describe this guy as a wad of charisma just wrapped around skin. Aaron is so comfortable being himself and behind the camera that he can get away with episodes like men trimming the hair on their ass, and it's done with tact and it's entertaining. But if you get anything out of this, know that it's up to you to evolve and stop with the status quo. You're only limited by fear and imagination. So, if you like what you heard, please press like, subscribe, join our Facebook group located in the comment section underneath, and call me if you need some one-on-one help. Thank you very much. Hey bud, I know that you think it's the end of your world and that you're not going to recover. I'm concerned because this divorce could really be catastrophic to your future if you don't do this right. You don't know. She was my world. I gave her everything. I'm not ready, just leave me alone. Like it or not, you have decisions to make that cannot wait. And I know you didn't ask for the situation you're in, but you gotta pull out of it. Your kids and your family are concerned.
What do you know?
Because I'm you. I'm you 2 years later. I know that you're gonna pull out of this like a warrior, and I want you to see the kind of man that you can become.
I don't want to be someone else. I was perfectly happy the way I was. Being myself.
Yeah, and how did that turn out for you? Come, you don't know this, but you created a studio from what was the spare room. You started creating YouTube content, and your relationship with your children has actually gotten better than it already is, and your family and your social circle has grown exponentially. Take a look at what happens to your life when you think that the worst thing that ever happened to you takes place. Now put down that bottle. It's time.
I'ma wake up, do damage. Drawing number 7's boredom. Working on